Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're talking about a massive opportunity for staffing agencies, one that lets you evolve way beyond the traditional placement model. Let's dive right in.
So picture this. Imagine you could offer your clients something they desperately want. More deals, more revenue, and honestly, more hires down the line. All without you having to hire another salesperson or your team touching a single cold lead. That's not just a small tweak to your business model. That's a whole new level of value.
But look, before we get to the solution, let's get real about a problem we all know intimately. And that's the BDR revolving door. Oh yeah, we've all been there. It is that incredibly frustrating cycle of hiring, training, and then losing sales reps. It just feels broken, right?
Does this sound familiar? You do all that hard work. You find what you think is the perfect candidate, and then you just have to hope they work out. But our clients, they're over hope as a strategy. They need results, and they need them now.
And this is the disconnect, isn't it? The hope, the dream, is that you've just placed a unicorn BDR who's going to crush it from day one. But the reality usually hits pretty fast. They take forever to ramp up, they get burned out, maybe they even ghost the client, and suddenly you're right back where you started, trying to fill that same role all over again.
Now, this constant churn, it's not just some minor annoyance. It has real, tangible costs. Let's just quickly break down the damage that this is doing to your agency's health. First off, every single one of those failed placements is a direct hit to your margins. But honestly, it's worse than that. All the time your team spends trying to refill a role, that's time they're not out there finding new clients or growing the business. It's a huge step backward.
And then there's the hit to your reputation. You want to be seen as a strategic partner, right? But every time a hire doesn't work out, it kind of pushes you back into that unreliable vendor category. It slowly chips away at the client trust you worked so hard to build.
Let's just be blunt here. A business model that relies on replacing high turnover roles just isn't scalable. You're constantly playing defense, plugging holes in the ship instead of building a bigger, faster one. You can't truly grow on a foundation of churn. It's impossible.
Okay, but what if you could offer a way to get off that hamster wheel completely, a new kind of hire? This is where we stop talking about the problem and start looking at a seriously powerful solution. I want you to meet the AI BDR. Now, the key here is to stop thinking about this as software and start thinking of it as a new kind of talent you can place, a digital employee. It's a pre-trained agent that you place with your client, just like you would a human. The big difference? This hire works 24/7, it never gets tired, and it will never, ever quit.
And this is where it gets really powerful for your client. This AI BDR, it goes out and finds their ideal customers. It sends over 100 personalized messages every single day. It follows up relentlessly, which, let's be honest, is where most deals die. And best of all, it books qualified meetings directly onto their sales team's calendar. It handles all that repetitive work that makes human BDRs burn out, and it does it perfectly, every time.
You're probably wondering, okay, but does this sound like a robot? Well, let's look at a real interaction. The AI kicks things off with a simple, natural conversational opening. It's not pushy. It just asks, would it make sense to explore options? And look at the response. Hi, possibly. The prospect is engaged.
And from there, the AI just handles all the logistics. It offers a couple of times, the prospect picks one, and boom, the meeting is booked. No human needed, no back and forth scheduling nightmare. Your client's sales team just wakes up to find a new qualified meeting on their calendar. It's that simple.
So the value for your client? It's a no-brainer. But let's talk about the big question. What does this mean for your agency? How does this partnership actually work to help you grow your business?
The model is designed to be incredibly easy for you. It's just 3 steps. 1, you offer this AI BDR service to your clients under your own brand. 2, we handle all of the tech, the setup to maintenance, all the back-end stuff. And 3, you build a brand new recurring revenue stream, and frankly, you look like the smartest, most innovative agency out there.
Now, I know what you might be thinking right now. This sounds cool, but listen, I'm a recruiter. I'm not a tech person. That's probably the #1 question we get. Do I need to be a tech expert to offer this?
And the answer is a very clear, simple no. Absolutely not. Your superpower is your client relationships. You bring the client, we do all the heavy lifting in the background. Think of us as your silent, white-labeled tech partner.
Let's just break down this win-win, because this is really the heart of it all. For your agency, you get a totally new recurring revenue stream that takes 0 recruiter labor. It makes your brand stand out in a crowded market. And for your client, they get that consistent, predictable sales pipeline they've always dreamed of. It's faster and cheaper than hiring a person, and it lets their best salespeople focus on what they do best, closing deals. It's a perfect match.
So this all brings us to a really important choice that every single staffing agency is facing right now. Because this isn't some sci-fi technology that's years away. It's here, and your clients are already feeling that pressure to find better, smarter ways to grow.
I really need you to hear this loud and clear. AI is not a threat to your business model. It is the single greatest opportunity you have to evolve your model. This is how you future-proof your agency and become absolutely essential to your best clients.
And here's the urgency of it. If you wait for your client to come to you asking about AI solutions, it's probably because another agency, a competitor, has already shown it to them. The agencies that move on this first are going to build a massive, massive competitive wall.
So really, it all boils down to this one question. Change is happening. That's a fact. The only question is, are you going to be the agency that introduces your clients to the future of sales, or are you going to be the one they have to leave behind to get there?
You already have the client relationships. We have the technology. Let's put them together and make your agency the one growth partner your clients can't imagine living without. If you're ready to see what that looks like, book a quick call with our team. Thanks for tuning into The Explainer.